Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 48th World, where we're here to give you all your soap opera reviews and updates on each episode coming on daily, except for the weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday. But anyway, we're going to go into The Young and the Restless that aired on Friday, April the 22nd, 2016. Okay, how we go into this, they're giving us Sharon takes matters into her own hands, and an unexpected event forces Jack and Billy to call a truce. All right. Let's see here. Get my computer plugged up, and let's go at it. Okay. First thing goes into Abby and Ben. Abby is blaming herself for the fall. She says she fell because she wanted to wear these pretty heels, and that was a stupid choice, and that was just stupid on her part. And she just lose control, starts bawling, and all this, that, and the other. Which that's common knowledge. Women always blame themselves for when something happens and they feel they contributed to it. But Ben is such a trooper. He's a great husband, and he's doing the darn thing. He's consoling his wife, telling her, no, it wasn't your fault. It's just a freak accident. It's nobody's fault. It's just wasn't meant to be at this time. He is such a gentleman and man. His mama raised him right. Anyway, we move on from that scene. We go to Max. Demon Seed Max. Okay? Max is doing playbacks in his head. Then he goes to the trash can and gets the wire out of it and gets his stuff and leaves the room. Now, for one thing, I'm like, okay. For one, he really wasn't asleep. I don't know what Kane was going with that mess. Kane thinking he's a normal child, but he has his suspicions. But I'm like, okay, where's this young man think he going? He can't drive. He's underage. He's a demon seed child, has only malice in his heart. He has no money. Where the hell is he going? And why is no one watching him? Okay. But anyway, yeah. He's thinking about, I guess, continuing on his rampage to cause deadly harm to Abby. I mean, he don't pretty much, well, I guess he kind of still checking on to see if it's a baby or not that he's trying to prevent coming in this world. But we just move on from there because he's crazy. Okay, we go to Ashley, Sage, Victoria, and Nicholas. Ashley is talking to Victoria. She's trying to well, really, Victoria is trying to console Ashley about her daughter losing her baby. And then Nicholas and Sage exit the hospital after giving their condolences about Abby's loss of her first child. Okay, because it is kind of like a little bit too much for them also, because in their eyes and what they were told by medical personnel, they lost their child. So it was like hitting too close to home. And it was just so soon after, because it hadn't been that long that she supposedly have lost her child. But I really feel that her child is the one that Sharon thinks is hers, baby Sully. But those are just my opinions. Now I'm skipping the gun a little here and there, but hey, that's my opinion. Y'all roll with me, or indulge me, as I should say. So we leave that scene. We go to Jack. Jack moseyed himself over after getting, I guess, a call from Ashley. He goes over to talk to Billy. When Billy thinking the knock is at the door, he thinks his Phil is coming over trying to ride his motorcycle again. Go figure that one out. But anyway, when he opens the door, he sees Jack. And him and Jack get in this altercation with words, saying, oh, you don't beat me down, you don't kick me out the company, and now you're coming back to throw some more salt into my wound, right? And then, and then it was kind of cute, even though the whole thing of Jack coming over there was more on a urgency, because their niece is in the hospital because she lost her baby. But Billy hadn't letting him get to that point yet without throwing digs into Jack. But anyway, we go to a commercial, then we come back from the commercial, and we're going to Kane and Lily. Their scene. Kane is going over with Lily that they are solid on any infractions coming towards them, as far as legality reasons, that they were contributing to the fall of Abby, or Abby's fall, due to recklessness of, the carpet not being totally secured, or any obstructions that could have been there to make her fall. But from what he had viewed on the surveillance camera, it was a clear thing of Ashley just misstepped her what do you call it? She lost her balance on her own. She misstepped or misguarded the steps that she was using to come downstairs. Maybe her mind was on something else, whatever. But no, it ain't that. You're right. It's not the fault of Mr. Well, the whole establishment. They're not at fault, but Mr. Max is definitely at fault, and it was sabotage. And hopefully, y'all will find that out. More than likely, I'm thinking Kane is gonna find out stuff, and he's gonna be putting stuff together. Ooh, excuse me. I'm taping this at 1:28 a.m. in the morning, so I love y'all. I love the Gab, and I had promised I was gonna put it out. I didn't get a chance to put it out, so I'm doing it back to back. But anyway. Mr. Kane know there's something going on with that little boy. Something ain't right. His elevator of his brain ain't going up all floors. So he's, he peeping game. He's, really looking at Mr. Max from a different viewpoint and perspective. Okay, we go on from that scene. Sharon comes in and looking at, where she's approaching both Kane and Lily. And, she's saying she heard about Abby, and have they have any updated information other than her just being taken to the hospital and in hopes that to save the baby, and that she's not in any internal harm. And with the words of them not saying anything, she kind of pretty much filled out that Abby lost the baby. But they go on and tell her that no, the what do you call it? Abby's is doing okay, but she lost the baby. So, they all go through their own little grieving period for the moment. And Kane is asking her, is there anything else they could do for her, provide her with a drink? What can they do? She really don't say anything, but they all excuse themselves. And somehow Sharon motions herself over to inquire some more of Mr. West and his information that she wants him to spill to her. Okay, but we go to Billy and Jack. They're back at, Billy's house. And Billy's, still going, taking little digs here and there about Jack, getting him fired, or Victoria having a hand into him being terminated from the company. And all this comings and goings and this and the other. And Jack is like, will you stop talking about yourself? No, it's not about the passkey. No, it has nothing to do about the company, or Jabot, or any of that information. But Jack has come over to basically tell him, look, nut, okay, put your feelings aside for right now. No, it ain't about no business dealings, okay? This is about your niece. She had an accident. Ashley called me. She fell down some steps at the athletic club. She was getting ready to go to her baby shower that they had provided for her, but she missed some steps or whatnot. He don't have the full picture, but she fell. So we got to get to the hospital to see how she's faring and how that baby's doing. So he looks like a jackass. He look like if you could just put his face, take it off, dust it off, put it back on, he should be doing that. But anyway, they go on to the hospital. And we go to Dylan, Ashley, and Victoria. Dylan's is with Ashley at the hospital. He's talking to her about what had went on, what transpired, what caused the incidents of what she knows, and what was the end result. Ashley tells him, well, she knows from what Ben has come out to tell her about how Abby has fared. And Dylan is asking how Ben is doing. Ashley tells him he's extremely heartbroken. And, because basically the news was not good news. She lost the baby. But from what the doctors really had said, she's in good health where, she's young enough. She can have another one vaginally. So it shouldn't be no problem. But a loss is a loss still. So they're all internally taking it in, trying to grieve in their own separate ways. And, like I said, Ben is a very strong man far as a front for his wife, even though he's hurting and he's showing them his real emotions, but he's not showing it to his wife. So he's a good man. Good man. I like that Dylan. I like him and I like Ben. He's a strong hearted man. And Ashley wants Dylan to tell Nikki because oh, I'm sorry. Ashley wants Dylan to go on and tell Nikki about the unfortunate circumstances that have been rendered to her daughter and this, that, and the other. But Dylan's like, no, she's not really well, and I don't want her to have negative type of information such as that. And if Ashley was in her good mind of thinking, she Nikki has fallen off the wagon. She's on her little binge with drinking, and she's having a hard time herself trying to cope. And that's just going to add fuel to the already fire furnace she's in right now. So we leave that. We go on to Ben and Abby. Ben is trying to console his wife, Abby. He's comparing his experience and his takes of being off in wartime and the destruction and the death that he saw has nothing on the emptiness and pain he's feeling with losing a child and having to have to console his wife in that aspect, and how that kind of in a sense hide his feelings, his true feelings of what he's experiencing. But instead of both of them breaking down, he's trying to be strong for her until she's gotten to a certain level of acceptance of what happened, so then maybe he can crash on her so he can grieve and get his thing out. But Abby had appreciated him saying that and not being like the typical person that would try to, not let her think of the situation, saying it is what it is. It was for the best. So he just gave it to her, served up straight with no cough. I mean, with no chaser involved, because he understand. He know his wife needed to hear that, and hell, he needed to hear himself for what it is what it is. And then Ben goes on to talk about them, and Max was there, and he was really concerned about her. And when she heard the word Max, it's like she got a startling frightened in her eyes and in her body, because she said she got like a cold chill when Ben had mentioned Max. I said, I bet you did, that demon child ready to kill you. He already got your child, now he waiting on you. Same thing that happened in the movie of The Omen. Okay, people? But anyway, we move from there. We go to Sharon and Wes. We back at the athletic club. Sharon got to get on her investigation. She got to get on her investigative hat and start getting some answers to some questions she have. So she's at the bar. She's trying to drill Wes without him catching on to what she's doing. And he's spilling all the tea. I tell you, you won't never want to tell Max. I mean, that Wes, that bartender Nettie, because he's going to spill all your information. You hear me? But then she gets all what she needs to start turning her little brain and her wheels going so she can, go visit somebody else to find out some information about this nurse, Angela, and the doctor, Dr. Anderson, and all their comings and goings and this and that. Okay? Then we go on to Max and Lily and Kane. God dog it, Max come running down them stairs like he pulled a fire extinguisher and he set somebody on fire. He trying to get away in the getaway car. Knowing he ain't but how old? Okay. Still in his primary years. Yeah, I want to say about maybe 12. The boy done sit up there and probably started a fire, killed his real mama. Done came to the States over here cutting up, done killed, will contribute to killing Abby's unborn child. Now he's trying to go finish the job. He want to go up there, I don't know, get a syringe, axe, or I don't know. He like a little Michael Myers running around now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Kane and Lily catches him and ask him, where you going? You were just up there asleep. Kane getting on like a real daddy. He like, no, I gotta go see my dad. I gotta go check on Ashley. Da 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 da. Like, who gave you car keys and a car, son? Who gave you driver's license? All right. Anyway, they're like, okay. He said, well, do y'all know what's wrong with Ashley? How's the baby? So they don't feel comfortable about trying to tell him anything of any sort. They don't want to give him no information. If it's going to come from somebody, it's going to come from either Abby or it's going to come from his dad. So they say, okay, man, just put on your coat or whatever and let's get on out of here. We'll take you to the hospital. So she's like, you got to fire up your ass or something. But anyway, we go on to Sharon and Wes. Okay, she back out there trying to get all this tea. Trying to get all this information. so she can just figure out why she's having all these dreams. And then she's gonna go how to compare notes with Sage, and they can come figure out why both of these having similar type dreams of the same person, same incidents, and same outcome. So he goes on to tell, spilling more tea, on his girlfriend, saying they had her being accused of helping definitely ill patients that were like at their death's door, and they just got tired of she was going around there like a Alka Kevorkian, the guy that was going around helping terminally ill people, assisting with committing their own deaths or whatnot. So she's being considered the angel of death over there at that hospital at Fairview. And it wasn't Fairview. It was some hospital she was working at. And they had accused her of helping terminally ill patients assist suicide. And she had fallen off the wagon. She had started having some emotional problems, so she went and saw this doctor at Fairview Behavioral Center. And Sharon knows very well about it because she was there. Patty Paul Williams' sister is, I think she currently there. But it's a mental institution where you go try to get yourself together, start thinking about being back in reality instead of your fictitious world that you're just doing your little thing and that's not relevant to the real world. So basically, she's saying she had he has knowledge that she had saw this particular doctor, and this doctor had put her back on the even keel and all this and that. She owes everything to her. Now they trying to, in Sharon's mind, she's pretty much trying to figure out, okay, so this doctor pretty much got her out of some lawsuits, or maybe her license being taken from her because all the accusations or unfounded alleged accusations that were being put to her, that she was being an unfit nurse and not taking care of patients correctly and all this and that and the other. So yeah, she got tea and she ready to go spill it with Sage, and they trying to get into the investigator mode and try to go break the case. But she's just trying to take everything in, make sure she got every I's dotted, T's, well, what you call it, I's dotted, T's crossed and all that before she go sharing the news with Sage. And they start getting another built-in plan to go try to bring down this doctor and this nurse and try to figure out what happened to her baby. Sage baby that she had with Nicholas, they were saying that she had lost it or whatever. But like I said, my little theory going on, I think that what's her name, Sharon didn't have a baby, and she gave Sage's baby to Sharon. Why that transpired that way, I don't know. I'm still waiting for the outcome myself. But anyway, we move on to Nicholas and Sage. Nicholas is at Crimson Lights with his wife, Sage, visiting the moments when Christian, their so-called baby, had died. But I think it's really silly. But again, that's my little conspiracy theory going on. But they went there after visiting Abby at the hospital, but they didn't get a chance to see her. They just got their fill-in from Ashley, Abby's mother. And Ben was kind of a little upset. They didn't really want to wait around and talk to him, so they just got all the information, their little tea, and they said, okay, that's a little too close home for me, because we just lost our baby and I don't want to go through that. I want to feel those emotions, and I wouldn't be good company. So they got the hell on out of there, gave their condolences and to Ashley to give to Ben and Abby, and they'll see her at a later period, preferably not at the hospital. But anyway, we leave there. We go back to Sharon and Sage. Sharon is calling Sage, letting her know from the athletic club that she got this hot tea. She got some more information that's going to help them, put some points together, put the puzzle all together so they can go formulate a plan, get some cops involved, and maybe some judges, maybe some jail time, whatever. But she needs to sit there and talk with her about the information she found out from Angela's boyfriend, Wes, the bartender. So about Nurse Stevens and Dr. Anderson. So she's saying, well, do you want to take care of this tomorrow, or we want to talk about it tonight? Who's around you, this, that, and the other. And she said, oh, well, no, okay, you come on over here. We at Crimson Lights, me and Nick, and we're family. We all need to go and talk about this here thing. So Sharon said, okay, I'll be over there soon. So we go from that scene, we go to Bill, Ashley, Victoria, and Dylan. Ben is coming out the room where they have his wife stationed at, emergency care unit room. She probably got that little DNC where they scraped all out from having the afterbirth placenta and all that stuff, because the baby's no longer there, so they had to kind of clean her out where the baby was there. And he comes out and tell them she need to go in there with her daughter. He done did pretty much all he can do. He's breaking down slowly. He didn't want to basically show her his weakness. And she need to go in there and talk to her daughter and tell her everything's going to be all right, because he can't handle it too much more. So he started crying and carrying on and all this, just heartbreaking, very heartbreaking. And then we go to Victoria. She's trying to find the right words to comfort Ben. And at this time, she can't find any. And he was like, it's okay. It's okay. Just you being here, that's enough said. That's enough sympathy. That's enough empathy for me. I'm cool. I'm cool with that, girl. I'm glad you just was here for me. Okay. So we move on. She give him a little hug here and there. Then, Dylan and him start hugging. And, Dylan's expressing his condolences about the loss and, his sorriness. And, he don't too much know what to say, because he pretty much had went through it too a couple of months ago. And, he's still reeling over it and things of that nature. So Ben just asking him, man, how do you go through it? What do you do? What do you feel? What do you shouldn't feel? I go through this every day when I'm, at the hospital telling my patients I got to get them some bad news or some death or whatnot, or some bad sorrowness. And, I just give it to them. I'm like, you just got to shake it up. You got to do what you got to do with the information. Now I'm on the other end of the stick, and I'm biting them words that I, be telling my patients, because now I know I'm on the other side. I know what they feel. I understand the loss. Oh, it's just too much. What we gonna do, man? What we gonna do? I can't take it. He just all breaking down all this stuff. So we move on there for that situation. We go to Max. Matt rushes into the hospital. He sees his dad. He rushes into his arms. I mean, he's real loud. I mean, where's etiquette at? Who told him you can't be loud like that in the hospital? That's etiquette 101. But anyway, we go with what we got. And so he just get the boy, hug him and everything. He's like, well, what happened to Abby? Is she okay? What about the baby? He's just 21 questions coming out too fast. So it is what it is. So what we do is Kane and Lily disperse. They go, because they don't want to hear nothing about it. Because Kane already got his little analytical mind going on. He knows something wrong with that boy. He know he the demon seed. But he just fall back. He's gonna let them have their moment. So Ben takes him on down the hall. We go to another scene. Well, hell, it was still scenes. Kane, Dylan, and Lily. But we just ain't got Ben and Max in the mixture, in the cake mixture. So, Kane goes on over there. He's just trying to be all coy and stuff, trying to make sure they ain't going to be sued in there. So he said, it's not going to be an investigation. It's not going to be an investigation, Dylan. Just tell me what it is, Then Dylan's like, okay. We're going to cut to the chase, after talking to Ashley and what she said she physically saw, and the other people, what they said they saw. It seems to me cut and dry. There was no foul. There was no malicious intent on your establishment. No, I think it's just going to be insurances fussing with each other. But nah, it's not going to be a case. It's not going to be an investigation. It was just a horrible incident that happened. She tripped. She fell. Da-da-da-da. But little do Dylan know, we got a little terrorist attack person right there. In the midst of all of it, the boy's mentally ill. Really believe he done killed his mama over there across the country. That's why he ended up getting them, because it was a big fire. His mother died, and that's unexplainable. So I'm like, the bad apple ain't too far from you guys. The bad apple is not too far from you. You got a liability, and that's called Max. Okay, we go to commercial. Come back for commercial. We're at Victoria. Victoria's talking to Hannah on the phone, letting her know, look, I don't think I'm coming back tonight, or if I come back, it's going to be so late. Could you take care of the kids? I said straight with the money issue, whatever going on, just take care of the kids, make sure they're doing this, that, and the other. If I was there, and like I said, if I come home late, it's just one of them things, but be prepared to just stay there all night. And I ain't gonna want to fool my kids anyway. When I get there, I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna be emotionally drained. So, she's turning around and she's trying to say her goodbyes to the kids in the background, this, that. And then Billy said, okay, say goodbye to me. And then like Victoria saw a ghost or something. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, why are you up in my conversation? You know what I'm saying? With my kids. Which hell, they're yours too, but that ain't the point. So she immediately gets off the phone, and then Jack comes in, chimes in, trying to figure out, what's going on with his sister, what she know, can, get up, fast forward them to what's the scene right now. So, Let me see. Billy shows up and Jack down. Okay, and they go. Okay. And then okay, Billy asks about. Okay, so basically we waiting on Ashley to come out and tell them, cause she ain't too well. They just around the corner somewhere. So Abby gives them the little short version that Ben is in there with Abby, and bad news. She lost the baby. She ain't got a chance to go talk to Abby at this time because everybody been, going in there that need to be going in there, and she don't know what to say anyway. She talked to Ben. Ben ain't doing so good, but it is what it is. We all trying to deal, all trying to grieve, and this, and that, and the other. So we go to Ashley, then we'll go to Ashley and Abby. They in the room, and Ashley trying to console her daughter, trying to let her know, hey, it wasn't the right time, but you don't give up on hope. Keep up alive. You're gonna be a great mother, this, that, and that. And it just is what it is, Abby. It's just is what it is. It's gonna be a great mom, and don't think that well how you're thinking. And then she was like, well, I don't want another baby. I want that baby. And she said, well, okay, see, that's the point. You want a baby. So we know we got hope alive still in you. You're going to be a great mother. But, it is what it is now, girl. Don't make me cry no more because I'm tired of crying. I'm trying to console you. So we don't need to be two people up in here crying, because then I'm going to need the hospital bed too, trying to give me some oxygen and probably some meds and this, that, and the other. But, it is what it is. So Ashley goes in and bring up Max. Max up. And when she said Max, she got to shrivel all up in her spine. And she like, no, I can't deal with Max. Max is another whole breed. But, Ashley could sense that there was a little tension there. And, maybe she slide off that for now. But, hey, she can be a surrogate mother in a sense to Max, because hell, he don't have a mama. So that'd be her practice until she gets ready to have another baby, whenever her, the Lord, and Ben decides that it's time. So it is what it is. But she didn't like that particular mention of Max, but she did tell her that she has good mothering instincts and she should just go with those instincts. So we move from there. We go to Ben and Max, and Max is asking about Ashley again, and Max is frowning, when Ben trying to tell him that, hey, I know you think it's your fault, because you've been mean to Ashley, and you were hoping she didn't have a baby, or you didn't want her to have a baby. And at your age, we know that's sibling rivalry, and you just come in the mix, and you don't want nobody to take your space and your shine. But that's normal. I feel like I forgive you, and Ashley gonna forgive you too, because it just is what it is. Everybody having their own emotions, they grieving, and it's okay. But nah, Ben, you need to be listening to what that boy's telling you, and you need to be looking at them facial expressions. And goddamn it, you're a doctor. You should know these little traits. I mean, just because you're your son, you cannot throw your head under the sand and think just because you ain't been living with him and he's been off in another country and stuff. Hey, Ben, come on, let the nugget start thinking now before he go around and kill Ashley and he come after your ass. But anyway, just is what it is. Gonna move on from that situation. We're going to Nicholas, Sage, and Sharon. They're all meeting at Crimson Lights, all talking about this, that, and the other, the loss of Abby's baby, how tragic that is, and it makes Nicholas and Sage go into a bad place because they lost their baby just recently, and woo, it's just all too much, to handle at the time. So they look Kiki and what do you call it? Kiki and whatever you do, chit chatting it up for a minute, and then Sharon said, "Can I borrow your wife for a little minute? It's a little business talk we need to go on." And you're like, "Okay, well, fine, whatever." And then had the blue Dylan show up, and then he got being all inquisitive, like, Sharon, why are you here? Why are you not over there with our baby? And why is you not watching over my mama? Hell, she drinking again. We don't need her out in the street wandering and all that. What you doing here? So then she goes on to look at him like he done lost his damn mind, and like, hey, she gonna do what she want to do. And she found another babysitter to watch Baby Sully while she go and do what she got to do. Because she got to work on some investigating to get her conscience clear about some things. But she ain't go out that far and tell him all that now. She just assured him that, hey, your mother is fine. She was asleep when I left. And me and her is like nitro and glycerin, okay? We don't want to go about that because you brought her to the house. You didn't tell me you were bringing her. You just put her at the doorstep, and then I'm supposed to go and, do all this stuff. We have bad tidings. Anyway, He said, okay. Oh, okay. Since you got it under control, all right, fine. So he goes over there to talk to Nicholas. Nicholas makes him a cup of coffee because I don't know who actually running Crimson Lights at that time. I ain't see nobody up there. I know he sold Crimson Lights, I believe, to Dylan, I believe. Hell, I don't know what's going on with that because, like I said, I'm just getting back into the story. But I think I'm doing a good job by trying to catch up on these new characters, these new faces, and this, that, and the other. So anyway, they go have their girl talk. They go have their guy talk. So we move on. To let me see. We go back. Well, okay, we go back. We still at Crimson Lights, but they don't took their little self out there by the jukebox in the hall. And Sharon's giving out 411 that she found out from bartender West on his girlfriend Angela. And she's going on with Sage, in their private conversation saying Nurse Stevenson and Dr. Anderson, they are connected and in such a way. And she got to keep it on the down low because she ain't got time for Dylan to be finding out that she trying to be, investigating, reporting herself. And, she's going to put her in a bad light. And she's just trying to keep it between those two, meaning Sage and Sharon, because she got much to lose as, Nicholas finding out that she's investigating something that she thought they both had put to rest. So she going on telling her that, some infractions were going on, and with Nurse Angie, because she was considered Angela, she was considered the nurse of death, or what do you call it? Shoot, talking about the death of the nurse of death or whatever, meaning she was assisting or accused of assisting older people who had terminal illness with their own way out of here or out of this world. They didn't want to keep suffering and taking, over medicating themselves to be relieved of pain. They just wanted the pain to be over, and they wanted to do their own death to leave this world as we know it. And so then she was saying that so she had did all this stuff with repairing her name and saving her job and getting those people off of her, that the stuff was unfounded. She wanted her to do something for her, and they trying to figure out what Dr. Anderson wanted Nurse Angela to do, Nurse Stevenson. So they still working on that little angle. So we leave them and we go back to Ben and Max. Ben's telling Max, it's okay again to be feeling guilty, this, that, and the other. And Max goes on to say, well, thank you, Dad, for, what he really wasn't saying that. He's just all his facial expressions. He was just non-verbal, but the body language was telling me, he was like, okay, I'm going to have to kill Ashley. Abby. I say I'm going to kill her because I don't want to, I can get out anything over you all day, every day, Dad. So she's a loose, a loose piece that I had to get rid of. I got rid of my real mama, so I know I can get rid of her. So he goes on to say, well, look, get Ashley my card, because he ain't going to have a chance in hell to see her. That's not going to happen. But he made a little card for her that said, forget me not. Now, isn't that eerie? That's eerie, eerie, eerie. Handmade card at that, too. You might need to check it for cyanide traces or whatever, but it is what it is, okay, people? But, he know he hated the baby, but he just all chalking it up to sibling rivalry and stuff, and that's just not the case. I don't know what's wrong with that little boy. Ben and brought his son over here. He don't know nothing about that boy. And, the wife or his ex-wife didn't really tell him too much, and maybe she was gonna tell her, but whatever happened, it happened. And yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we move on to Kane and Lily. Kane comes over to see if everything's okay with Ben and Max, and they offer to have Max come and stay with them overnight with their kids, and Lily said he can sleep in the guest room just so he can have some comfort and be around kids his own age and kind of try to get his mind off stuff. But Max ain't no kid. He a grown entity in there somewhere. I'm telling you, he's a seed of Satan. I'm telling you, he's seed of Satan. Boy, it's bad. But anyway, he goes on to say, yes, he wants to go over there. He wants to be with them. And, Ben, of course, he don't want to be bothered with Max at this time. He says, sure, thank you. And he thanks Lily and Kane for, extending their hospitality to his son in their time of need. This, that, and the third. Then, they pretty much say, okay, bye-bye. And that scene really ends with them. He goes back to check on his wife and take the card in that Max had made for her. Let me see. Okay, and then Kane is pretty much trying to, get a hold of him, like putting hands on him to, guide him to where he wants him to go. And he shrugs Kane's hand off of him, and both Kane and Lily look at each other like, "What the hell wrong with this boy? I tell you, there's something wrong with him. I don't know if we need to take him to our house. He might disturb our children." But anyway, that's just my thought. I had to just throw out there with y'all. Cause yeah, but Kane peeping game. He peeping game. He knows something ain't right with that boy. But anyway, they go and take him home. We go from that scene. We go back to Ashley and Ben. Ashley's coming out the room from being with her daughter. And she approaches Ben and say, I can't take no more. You got to go on back in there. Be a big, put back on your boxes. Go on back in there. Because she done drained me. I don't know what to say to either one of y'all. It's just a lost thing. And she went on to tell him that her daughter's so broken, so heartbroken, and she can't console her because she don't even know what to say. But anyway, he's okay. I go in there, take my tour duty again. And he goes on, and then Ashley goes have a seat somewhere, and she tries to get her thoughts together and try to console herself. And then around the corner comes Victoria, and Billy and Jack. They show up to provide her comfort and this, that, and the other, and just make sure she's okay and get the full scheme. Since she's had been in there to see her daughter, she can tell them a little bit more about her feelings and how she really think about things in her perspective. And Ashley goes on to say she got to call all these people, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, what people you got to call, boo? But anyway, she said she got to call Tracy because, Tracy want to know what happened, this, that, and the third. And Victoria and Billy are still at a distance with one another. Like, I'm like, man, she fired you. Get over it. But, it's some love that's needing to take place, some healing, and then with them losing Delia, it's bringing back bad memories to him, and before we know it, he just get the hell out of there. But nobody know what Billy had went to, but because Ashley asked about him after the commercial. But then we go to commercial, we come back, we on Sharon and Sage again, and Sharon is telling Sage that Angela was wrongly accused of this is what being alleged. And she's going on, spilling more tea on her and this, that. And the guys are saying the women have had enough time to talk because they show up when they still trying to do their little girl talk and reporting to what they each found out on the two subjects that they're following. And, they respectfully tell them, look, y'all don't talk enough about business or whatever y'all over here, chit-chatting about. Now we need y'all to come home and go back to your wifely duties and this, that, and the third, and y'all see each other in the morning. So, they respectfully get each of their mates, and they go home accordingly, where hell, Dylan takes Sharon on home. And we go back. Abby is startled out of her sleep, but Ben is there, to catch her and be able to talk with her about what she was dreaming about and let her know that, hey, it was just a dream. No, nothing that can hurt her that he can't take care of and this, that, and the other. And so she goes and tell her husband that, she's glad he was here when she woke up and this and that, and that she had this weird dream that she was with her daughter and she was swinging her on the swing, and something had happened. She looked back, the baby was gone. And that was just her whole experience about, missing her baby, the baby gone out her stomach and this, that, and the other. And so we know that's what it was coming from. He was just going on consoling her like, we're going to have another baby girl. We're going to have another baby girl. We're going to have one. Okay. And Ben gives her the news that the doctor told him that she can go home tomorrow. She said, I want to go home tonight. Ben said, nope, doctor's orders. You will go home, but it will be in the morning tomorrow, okay? So she's okay with that. Ben then goes on to give Abby the handmade card from Max. And she like, just getting that little, like Ashley say, mother instinct. Something ain't right. Then Abby drops the card after reading the frightening message it had in the card, talking about some forget me not. I'm like, she just went on off of being talking about, what do you mean? How I'm going to forget something I just lost? How I'm going to forget my child that I don't care for X amount of months, almost to the delivery time? What the hell he talking about? What are you talking about, Ben? That ain't right. Something ain't right with him. Just going on. And Ben trying to tell her, hold on. Now everybody's moody, everybody's grieving, but he came in a good place with giving you that card. Now he's just a child. He don't know what he's saying and what he's right. But you wrong, Ben. I'm telling you, he's Satan's child. He sees Satan. Okay, he know what he doing. But anyway, we move on to Ashley and Jack. Ashley's talking to Jack in the waiting room outside of her daughter's room and telling her she got no more tears to cry. She don't cry it all out. And he's consoling her and saying, she's a good mother, and Abby, when it's her time, she's gonna be a good mother. And Ashley's asking about where Billy had went to. He said, hell, he don't know where Billy went to. He just brought him here. She saw him, but I don't know, maybe caught a cab home because hell, maybe they both drove their cars to the hospital. But he ain't down no more. That's just it. And so she's trying to take her mind off the issues that are going on with the hospital. So she said, okay, well, what's going on with you and Phyllis? He's trying to deflect. He don't want to talk about Phyllis. He don't want to talk about anything. He's just saying, from the incident that happened with Abby today, everybody should live life to the fullest. Everybody should not take life for granted. Whatever they want to do, they should do it, and do it pleasingly to themselves. And just living life and being appreciative of the little things. Because that's really all what matters. And they both agreed, gave each other hugs and high fives on that. And they were reflecting on the time they're gonna be back in the hospital. And Abby's going to be delivering her baby. And she's going to be a grandma. And, Jack was going around saying, yeah, you're going to be a grandma. And she's going to be calling you grandma. And they're just going on and on and on. I was like, okay, that's a cute scene. Got to move on. Then we go to Billy and Victoria. Both are talking about Delia. Cause Victoria, she left the hospital too. I don't know how she left. Cause hell, she didn't tell nobody she was going nowhere. But anyway, she must have followed Billy back to their old house that they used to share together before they got divorced and separated and then divorced. And y'all know how that goes. But the house is very empty, and it looks very dreary and just what do you call it? Dreary. When something just like looks eerie and just no emotions to it, no color, no nothing. I'll just say blank. And he's reminiscing over Delia, and when he had lost her after I think it was Adam who had hit her by mistakenly, but he didn't go back try to take her to the hospital or anything. But he was remembering all of that, and just the whole thing about death and children, and that it just got to be too much for him. And what's her name? Knew that's what it was. And she called herself running on over there to seeing how he was, and that Delia's in him. Delia's in that tree they planted across the street at the playground. Delia's in the house. He just has to come back to life, brighten up the place, stop making it look like it's just, a dungeon, without no light, it's just cold feeling. Bring some life back in there. That's what Delia would want for him. So, he's kind of, okay, like, okay, I hear you. And then he finally she finally goes on because, she don't want to sleep with him. That'll be a mistake. She'll be pregnant again and all this, So, he was thanking her for coming over. She was thanking herself for coming over because she needed to talk with him. Because you can tell ain't nothing but love still there. They still know how to get it together. They don't know how to get it together, y'all. But anyway, we go to Ashley and Jack back at the hospital. Ashley's telling Jack to hold on to his happiness with Phyllis. Whatever they can do. Keep hope alive. And she's glad that him and Billy are talking again. And, it just brought back good times. And it's a shame that the tragedy between Ben and Abby and them losing their baby girl had to bring them, to each other and everybody coming together for each other. Okay, then we go on to Abby and Ben. Abby is telling Ben she don't like the words in that card from Max. And they both are talking about her and the little girl she was gonna have, and how she really wanted to have a girl, even though because he thought somebody told her, but she just knew it on her own and from her dreams and stuff. And she just wanted to have a girl because she wanted to have that little old saying, daddy's little girl, and daddies can do the butterfly kisses and all of that. And she wanted to see that look that her daughter would make. at seeing her daddy and this, that, and that. You know, that's a cute scene and all that. And guess who come peeping through the door, honey, trying to make like, you know, I don't know, just eerie. He ain't gonna knock on the door. He ain't coming there running like he ran to his dad when, you know, he saw him outside in the waiting room. He gonna peep through the door. Max, y'all. I'm like, wait a minute. Did you leave with Kane and Lily to go take your little biscuit butt home, you know, and go get some sleep or whatever? What the hell are you doing peeping outside the door, looking in? I don't know, y'all. It's creepy. Somebody need to get Slap Rock. But so, you know, and put him in an institution with Patty down at that behavior center, Fairview. But anyway, we go from there. We go to Sage and Nicholas. They both are still at Crimson Lights, and they are talking about past memories that they had with their baby. And Nick is noticing how peaceful and serene she has become. And that's because Nick, she's trying to figure out what happened to her baby. And she really think what I'm thinking, that Sully is their baby. Their baby ain't dead. Sharon just ain't got no baby. But anyway, he just notices and he tells her he's glad she's in a peaceful place, and she just seems so serene, and he's glad for that, for her. He gives her a hug. They hug each other, and that's where it is. We're going back to the last scene and the final scene for today's episode. We got Sharon laying on the sofa. She's having a dream that's really a nightmare. And Patty is in her dream, Paul Williams' sister. And she's telling her that she's not pregnant. She don't have a baby. And it startles her, and she wakes up out of her dream, and then she sees Dylan walking around holding baby Sully. And she just don't know what to do. So, y'all, that was my cap for Friday, January, April 22nd episode of The Young and the Restless. I hope y'all like my commentary and my visuals that I had for you all. But we'll see you back here on Monday. What's that date? Monday the 25th at 1:30. But I'll be looking at it, but I won't get it to y'all till sometime that day. I'm sorry, 3 o'clock live. See, I'm thinking about my bold and the beautiful. Woo! But I will see y'all on the 25th, giving y'all my images and commentary of The Young and Restless that will air at 3 o'clock. But y'all will probably get it prior to me going to sleep that night. But have a great weekend. Stay safe, be blessed, be encouraged, and have a wonderful weekend. Love you. Bye-bye.